We all love Ladies' Day at Flemington. It's an occasion for the girls to dress up and get into the spirit of the carnival. With all the fashions and frivolity, it's an amazing spectacle. For the jockeys and trainers, it's serious business. The Melbourne Cup Carnival is by far the most important week on our calendar. And today's feature race is for fillies over a distance of 2,500 metres.
They're racing in the Oaks.
It's a really tough test of stamina and determination.
And Lesquity Spirit has pinched the Oaks by 4 lengths.
But I'd like to pay tribute to the sportswomen whose bravery has inspired us all and made Australia proud. The AFLW is revolutionising female sport. I marvel at the skills of Daisy Pearce, the versatility of Erin Phillips, and so many others. Sally Pearson, after 2 years of serious injuries, Sally showed her typical grit to reclaim her world championship in the 100 metres hurdles.
Sally Pearson, Olympic champion in 2012, is the world champion in 2017.
I think of great Australians like Kathy Freeman.
This is a famous victory, a magnificent performance.
Sam Stosur, Lauren Jackson, and Lydia Lassila, who is going for another gold in the Winter Olympics in February. Go girls, we have a lot to be proud of.
Printer Pendant, it's history at Flemington Champagne. Printer Pendant.
Today is about racing and high fashion, but more importantly, it's a celebration of the deeds of inspiring women in sport. Welcome to Oaks Day.
It's exciting, isn't it? It's an evolution, almost a revolution in women's sports. Michelle, you've got a little bit to answer for. Well done, young lady. It's a beautiful day in Melbourne. It's a working day, we know that. It's a later start to the Oaks, so that's great, but lots of people have already come here. We're expecting the crowd to build throughout the day. Blue skies overhead and a terrific program, a very, very strong $1 million Kennedy Oaks. I'm about to walk through what everybody loves to do because you're a winner if you come through here first. Hello and welcome to Flemington. Do you know that the very first Oaks was run 2 weeks and 5 days before the very first Melbourne Cup? So it has a history, and today there are 2 women, one a young jockey riding in the race for the first time, and one forever young, Gay Waterhouse, who's trying to win the Victoria Oaks for the very first time. I'm with Francesca Comani on Ladies' Day, but it is a good Oaks, isn't it?
It's such a good Oaks, and what a glorious day for it. This is absolutely fabulous weather. And now, Bruce, I've got a question for you.
Right.
Who's the best horse in Australia?
Winks.
Well, that's an easy one. Who's the second best horse in Australia?
Humidor, I still think. That's harder.
Well, he did run pretty close to her in the Cox Plate. Not a bad guess, but I've got another one for you. I think we're going to see her in, well, we are going to see her in action this afternoon in the Oaks. She's a hot favourite today. Her name's Aloysia. You know her well. She won the 1,000 Guineas. A bit of a surprise that day. Then she won the Moonee Valley Vase, beating the boys impressively. She looks like a bit of a star in the making.
Gee, you have got me excited. Okay, I've written that name down. She is the odds-on favourite. She is a beauty, no doubt about that. Hey, the track looks good, doesn't it? The weather's perfect. To find out more about it, let's go out and join Richo. How you going, mate?
Welcome to Oaks Day at fabulous Flemington. The sun is out the rail in the 3 metre position. This is where it was on Derby Day and Melbourne Cup Day. 1, 2, 3 it comes out, and as you can see there was a lot of traffic in this part of the track, and there certainly is compacted ground. Will that end up being the fast place to be? That's going to be interesting. Looking at the going stick for this Good 3 track, it is on the firmer side, probably the firmest that we've seen throughout the 3 days of the carnival. And out we come to a beautiful lush part of the track, and I join a man who's still celebrating after Tuesday. Chrissy Simons, how good was Tuesday?
Oh, it was unbelievable, Richo. Centre stage, 2 winners, 3 rides. It was awesome.
It was sensational. We loved you taking us along that journey. What about on this journey today? Where will the jockeys ride this track?
It'll be interesting. I think the straight races we saw in the last race on Cup Day, they came down the outside fence. I can see that happening again today. Round the circle races, I think they'll stick to the inside. It was a real advantage being there on Cup Day. Obviously, there's a little bit of wear and tear. However, it seems to compact it.
Okay, if you were riding against Aloysia at $1.50 favourite and you're on a horse like Pinot, you'd be making it a real solid staying test, surely.
Well, Pinot's going to be very fit, strong. You'd definitely be up in the ante around the circle and making a real staying test.
It's going to be a great day of racing. You're going to be a key part of it, chatting to all the jockeys on what is a wonderful day. I've got the straw hat on today, Jane, because it is a beautiful day.
Oh, absolutely, Richo. Now, I think you have chosen very well for today. We were scared this morning. There was a bit of fog and some murky grey cloud, but all of that has cleared and a lovely afternoon is on the way. Now, I think it will be the absolute pick of the whole week. Today is the day because we've got the bright sunshine. It feels warm and it's offset by a very light, cool breeze. We're heading for a top of 21 this afternoon, and the best thing is there's nothing to worry about. Just enjoy it, the lovely sunshine. Let's see what Hamish is up to.
Thanks very much, Jane. Yeah, it's beautiful here too. The pre-parade ring. A lot of the horses are just taking a stroll. A lot of the horses in the first, second and third races, they're all just out and about. They've arrived on track. So too have a lot of the spectators. They're just watching these wonderful equine athletes. Today here at the parade ring, I'll speak with John Sargent, who's won an Oaks. Tony McAvoy, he won the Manikato. He's got a couple of runners in the Oaks, and Mick Price, he's got 2 as well. So between them, 5 of the 12. But the man I'm most looking forward to speaking to is Doug Whitworth. Now, he trains near Fynes Creek, which is near Stawell or Hall's Gap. He's having the biggest moment of his racing life this afternoon. He's got a runner and race for a country cup. It's I Am the Dark, a 5-year-old gelding. And Bruce, there is a little bit of a feel around the course. If you've read the papers today, there's a breaking story in racing, and well, we're going to have to try and get to the bottom of it.
We do, Heyman. It was a bit of a shock. You read the front page of particularly the Australian today. It was also in the Fairfax Age today, and you are a bit shocked and you think, what's going on? And it's a story that will develop. We don't know much about it at the moment, but to tell us more, here's Michael Felgate.
Well, Bruce, as some of our viewers may be aware, there is an ongoing stewards investigation into their withdrawal of a Robert Merdan trained runner Lavani at a meeting here at Flemington on October 7. But breaking news this morning revealed in the national newspaper The Australian suggests that the investigation is far more wide-reaching and could have huge ramifications for the Victorian racing industry, with speculation that a number of high-profile trainers and racing administrators could be involved. Now, I've spoken to trainer Robert Merdan this morning on the phone. He says at this stage of the investigation, he is unable to make any comments. We've also spoken to the stewards here in Victoria, and they have provided us with the following statement. It says the stewards' investigation into their late withdrawal of the Robert Merdan trained Lavani at Flemington on October 7 remains ongoing, and thus it would be inappropriate to comment on the specifics of the investigation at this time. They did stress, however, that there is no deadline for the end of this investigation. It will be proceeding for some time yet. And Bruce, if the rumours, the innuendo and the speculation is correct, this will be a major shake-up for the Victorian racing industry, with some of the biggest names allegedly involved. This is a watch this space, Bruce.
Thanks for that, Michael. I'm with Richard Freeman, not only a TV host, but a race horse trainer. The timing's not great, is it?
No, never is. But look, it's concerning, but at this stage it's an inquiry which is just asking questions.
So how widespread do you think we have a problem in racing in this area?
Well, that's a very hard question to answer. I think in all sports where you've got large amounts of money and large amounts of gambling, which racing is one of those sports, and there's quite a number around the world, you've got to be very vigilant. You've got to make sure that people aren't pushing the rules, because the rules will be pushed by certain people throughout history. We've seen that. I don't know if it's happening in this situation, and as I say, this is only an investigation and they're only asking questions. And trainers get asked questions by the stewards all the time. Stewards are always inquiring as what's going on, and I think we just have to wait and see what actually comes out.
Not expecting any statements today, but if there are, we'll certainly let you know. Let's check the scratchings today and the program. Dominated by the Kennedy Oaks, worth $1 million, but some fine races on the way through. We have the Greys race, it's always a favourite, and a Country Cup for the first time, the final. There are 8 heats run around Victoria over the last couple of months at worth $200,000. 19 scratchings in total, including Thelberg, a late scratching today out of the Caulfield area, trained by John Sadler. No scratchings in the Kennedy Oaks. Let's go to James Jordan, our expert. James, great day. Not such, I think, a challenge. Maybe it will be, but I think I'm more confident today than I was Tuesday. Who's going to win the Oaks?
Look, I think she borders on the irresistible Bruce Aloysia. We've seen her last 2 runs.